Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us for the PHNX Suns pregame show brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know whenever we are live. I'm Lindsay Smith here with Espo, Gerald Bourget, and Saul Bookman. Guys, it's official. It's the first game with Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns.
Happy KD Day!
We're here.
Woo!
I'm so excited. I'm so scared. I got so many emotions. You know what that's from.
Oh my God, it sounds like that's not the first time you said that.
It's from Saved by the Bell. Come on.
I was like, I don't know what it's from.
Yeah, let's do this.
The
Reaching
Suns
deep
and
into
the
the bag.
Hornets are going to face off tonight, and we don't have to wait any longer to see what this new team is going to look like together.
Well, we got to wait 30 minutes long.
I was
Well-
just about to say that, yeah.
Lord have mercy. the two of you.
Technically, we still got a little bit.
Firing on all cylinders already.
Woo!
You think this is bad? Just wait till that fucking watch along.
Oh, man.
Solid eye for 3 straight hours.
Let's go.
It's true. If you guys are confused as to what they're talking about, Saul and Espo are going to be doing a watch along during this game. So if you would like to join that, we'll tweet that link out. We'll put it in the Discord, all the things. But it's on this YouTube channel that you're already on, so you should be able to find it fairly easily.
Yes.
I mean, in theory, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be the plan.
It'll be fun.
So maybe Gerald and I will pop in here and there. Maybe not. We'll see. It just depends on how we feel during the game. But hopefully we will be feeling great.
I just hope we catch some stray F-bombs by Lindsay during the telecast.
There's maybe.
There's a higher chance of that happening than on the show, that's for sure.
Definitely. That's for sure. All right. So Suns and Hornets. I'm pretty sure that we're all feeling pretty good about this game. But what are your thoughts as far as what you would like to see Suns Hornets wise tonight?
I have no expectations. I just want to see what it's going to look like and enjoy the ride. I don't care as long as they don't look like an absolute mess, which I don't think is going to happen. You got too many good basketball players out there for this to be a mess, and they all buy into the team concept. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, I mean, I have no expectations. There are things that I will be trying to keep an eye on and see if they do things, put KD in Mikal's spot off the elbows, some of that secondary rim protection that he offers that we've talked about, just little things here and there. But I'm really just excited to see how he meshes with the Suns on both ends. We know that he has an elite skill set on both ends. And against a team like the Hornets that's not very good and that has a bunch of guys out, this is the opportunity to start tinkering. You've only got 20 games, but this is going to be fun.
The only thing I expect to see and care about is seeing number 35 out there. The rest of it, okay, fine. But that is what we've all been waiting 18 days for. It will finally not feel like our brains have been lying to us this entire time. We get to see one of the best ever in the NBA to do it out there on the court in a Suns uniform. And I'm just going to enjoy that moment.
I think I have zero expectations for Kevin Durant, but I think I have expectations for other guys on this squad. One of the ones that I am very curious to see is Josh Okogie. He is getting the start tonight. That's something we've all been asking and speculating about since Kevin Durant was traded to the Suns. So he's officially going to be playing with KD, Book, Chris Paul, and DA. And I think that's what I'm curious to watch is how does Josh Okogie play alongside all 4 of those guys, because obviously he's got his chemistry with Book and DA and CP, but like what does it look like with KD in the mix now? Is he like, because Saul, you broke it down on the show, some of the defensive things last game against the Bucks that you saw from Josh that are learning possibilities. How much can we see Josh grow in the next handful of games?
I'll be honest with you, Linz. I don't think I thought about Josh Okogie not once today. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
I mean, I feel like I'm starting to think now is it's like, okay, now that KD's on the court, we've talked a lot about how he's going to impact other players on the court. Now I want to actually see how he does impact them.
Yeah.
Even DA, right?
Right. I want to see him as the 5th. I want to see him as the point of attack defender. I want to see if the shooting holds up because he's probably going to be the guy that defenses are like, shit, just shoot it, man. Like whatever happens, happens. I want to see if that holds up. But this is a great opportunity for him. He's been capitalizing on it the last few weeks, and I'm excited to see how this 5-man group shapes up because this could be the starting 5 come playoff time as long as Monty doesn't start mixing and matching based on, matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see them bounce back and forth between Okogie and Torrey Craig
Same.
in the starting lineup just because, this team has a slightly larger starting line. I don't give a crap. You're not playing to just counter your opponents. Now you're the aggressor. You're the team that people should be countering for. So commit to it. If Josh Okogie performs over these next handful of games as a starter, commit to that, make that your lineup until forced otherwise. So I'm excited to see it. I think he will have to have a bit of an adjustment, though. This is a guy who's averaged over 20 points since the trade, and the shots, he may get some of those looks because that's what the defense is going to, the guy that they're likely going to have to leave open. I think he's going to shoot a little bit less, obviously, because Kevin Durant's now there and KD needs his shots. So I'm excited for Josh, but it's going to take a little time, I think, to adjust to it for him.
I also found it really interesting that Dwayne Rankin of AZ Central reported today that KD was basically saying, like, it's not going to be pretty, kind of in a way, right? And that's, I think, is to help us manage our own expectations for this game, because you have to remember he is coming off of an injury. He is on a minutes restriction, and he's got to get used to his new teammates. While I think we talked about him being one of the most adaptable players out there, it is going to take a hot second.
KD needs to remember where we were a mere 4 years ago and realize KD at 20% is better than most of the starting five back then. So we will enjoy KD here as he kind of works his way in and just accept, hey, that's one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah,
at least I hope so.
Yeah, but I totally agree with that. I do think the limited minutes and the fact that he hasn't played in almost 2 months now, that might be a factor. So we'll see. I do think he's still got a lot to learn about the offense and the defense. But if you do need a guy that can freestyle and go out and go get his own bucket, this is probably the best guy in the NBA that can do that. So that can help compensate for some of those learning curves there.
I just want to say this. It is a pleasure to sit next to Gerald while we do this, because I get to see how he works and what he's prepping right before he says it. Because he literally typed in how many days since X days, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's been about 2 months since he's been here." I was like, "This is 52 days on his screen."
Gotta get your facts right.
He's like fact checking as he's speaking, like multitasking while typing and talking at the same time. It's pretty impressive.
I'm sitting here going, how many people are watching us? He's doing like complicated math. Trying to figure out things.
That's why we pay Gerald the big bucks. We did get a comment in the chat from Big Sexy. They said, let's not take the Hornets lightly. They'll be playing their best and taking it personal. Well, according to some Hornets players, I believe Kelly Oubre Jr., that is exactly how they're feeling. They're kind of taking this fact that Kevin Durant is coming back to action against their squad a little bit personally.
Why?
Cool.
What?
They could, I mean, come on, bro. Like, all because Michael Jordan's on your squad doesn't mean you have to take everything personal. Like, stop. You're the Hornets. And you're one of the worst teams in the league. Stop. Just stop. Full stop.
I mean, I can understand the idea, regardless of who you are, not wanting a guy to come back and go off against you. Like, that would suck.
Kevin Durant's knee healed in time to play the Hornets, and I took that personally.
Yeah,
What is it? What are we even talking about?
What a crazy hill to die on.
The only way that this could be something that was like NBA scripted is the NBA went, we really need to help MJ make some more money, so let's have Kevin Durant make his debut in Charlotte so people want to buy tickets to go see that team.
Does he keep doing this?
I don't know. I had too much caffeine today.
Charlotte. He's doing this. He's like, maybe the NBA wanted to have Michael Jordan earn a lot more money in tickets. Like, what the fuck does that even?
It's my new 3-point celebration.
Look, I mean, at this point in the season, if you're the Hornets, you're 20-43. You just lost your best player to a fractured ankle, and you've won 5 games in a row. So you're trying to find a way to keep the momentum going, to take that injury hit and channel it. That's probably just all this is. I don't think they have any reason to take it personal that KD's coming back against them. But if you are a bad team, you're looking at this like, okay, so he just wants to like return and drop 30 on us in his first game.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's not that they're taking it personally in the sense that like KD chose to come back while they're playing the Hornets, but it's that you got to get yourself psyched up for something. You don't want anybody to come in and drop major points on your head. Like, of course you're going to take it a little bit personally.
It's going to happen anyway.
You're still a professional basketball team.
I mean, that's just an odd thing to say.
Kelly Oubre should take it personally that he decided to go play in Charlotte.
I'm taking it personal that all these fans are excited to see Katie come back.
Yeah.
What a weird fucking stance.
I don't know.
That does fit Kelly Oubre, though, because he's just kind of a little bit of a weirdo
now.
anyway.
I don't know if
I like
that's
Kelly.
the stance.
I like Kelly.
Slander
I like
towards
Kelly. I do like Kelly. I don't think he's a great fit for any Suns team ever, but I do like Kelly. He's a nice guy.
The one thing Kelly Oubre could sit there and say, and I took that personally, was Lindsey Smith hit me in the face with a mic, and I took that personally.
Yes.
That wasn't personal, though.
That was way more believable than Katie came back, and I took that personally. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh, y'all are a mess. Anyway, Gerald did mention, though, losing your best player to a right ankle fracture for the Hornets. Let's look at the rest of the injury report. As we mentioned on the Suns side of things, KD is available. It's really nice to see available under his name on this graphic. And hopefully in the future, not seeing him on this graphic at all. Knock on wood, touch metal, whatever your thing is. Landry Shamet remains out for the Suns. Terrence Ross is also out tonight with right toe soreness.
Damn it, soreness is back. I'm so sick of soreness.
It's a struggle bus. It must be an ingrown toenail.
We've been here.
It must be one of those. But on the Hornets side of things, LaMelo Ball is out with a right ankle fracture, which really sucks for the Hornets and LaMelo. Like, you never want a player to get injured in that capacity, but that sucks. Then Cody Martin is also out, and PJ Washington is doubtful. So that's what the injury report is kind of looking like right now. So we do have a couple more questions from the chat. Marco asked if you guys think Kelly or KD will have over or under 20 points tonight.
Over.
Push. I think he's going to have exactly 20.
Okay.
I think slightly over.
Slightly over?
Slightly over.
In 8 minutes.
Okay.
8 minutes.
He's on a minutes restriction. 2 minutes a quarter.
I don't know about 20, but I took the over on 15. So
Okay.
if that makes you feel any better as part of one of my bets. But before we get into our bets, who do you guys have tonight and by how much?
I got the Suns by 10.
I got Suns by 12.
Groa said, I got the Suns by 20. Let's do this.
You knew he was searching for his segue into
Yeah.
what his pick was, and he went with
Well,
Gorilla.
and there's a reason why, is because he took some ridiculous bets today.
I got
For our
Suns by
watch
8.
along.
Yeah.
Our watch
I
along
mean,
is nuts.
ridiculous bets.
I got Suns by 8. I do think this will be a good win, but I think they'll pull their starters pretty early in this
Yeah.
one.
You know what I think is going to happen is anytime Kelly Oubre's on Kevin Durant, he's going to go, and I took that personally,
Yeah.
and drop some buckets on Kelly's head.
Maybe. But okay, hold on. Now I want to know. You think it's weird that Kelly would take KD coming back personally weird, right? You think that's
Yes.
weird. You don't think it would be weird if Kevin Durant took it personally, that Kelly took it personally?
It was called sarcasm.
Okay, I'm
Lindsay.
just checking because like damn, that's a whole nother.
Let me say this. Kevin Durant don't care who's guarding him, all right?
Anyway, what do our friends over at the DraftKings Sportsbook app think about this one?
They think the Suns are going to kick some ass. It's a 10.5-point favorite for the Suns. This is really going to be awkward if they lose this game.
It would be very
All these
embarrassing.
clips coming back.
As
to
for you
Hawkeye,
are on an all-time like
You
other
are.
level right now, and
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
Even
like,
Marco in the chat's like, Espo is confident today, so we're losing by 20.
Hey, if there were ever a day to be confident, it should be the day that you finally get to see Kevin Durant play for the Phoenix Suns.
God.
We slogged through all that summer, all this season, all the rumors,
Slog.
and now we get to see it. So I'm going to be a little excited. Thank you very much.
All right, what are your picks for our DraftKings Sportsbook bets of
let's
the
go.
game?
All right, I got plus 1,300.
Sheesh.
I got the Suns spread, which was 9.5 at the time I picked it, so I feel pretty good about that. KD with over 20 points, like I said. KD 5+ assists and KD 5+ rebounds. And then the total points in the game, I have an over of 229.5.
That is quite the bet.
Too complicated. I got it simple. Plus 1,700. Chris Paul's hitting the first shot.
There's no
Okay,
fucking chance
Espo.
in the world Chris Paul's hitting the first shot.
I would
Can't
be-
wait
He's
till
not
it
even-
happens on our live.
He's not even
stream.
taking the first shot.
He's going to be wide open on that first shot because he'll be like, we can't let KD get it. We can't let Devin Booker get it. Josh Okogie's a knockdown three-point shooter. Chris Paul can stay open.
I hope it's Josh Okogie, to be honest with you.
Be
I
hilarious.
had a little tiny baby same game parlay. I have the alternative spread for the Suns at 6.5. I have a DA getting a double-double, CP3 8 or more assists, and KD 15 or more points at a plus 195. Also, if you guys haven't checked your DraftKings sportsbook app, if you're already a customer on that app lately, I got a free $5 bonus bet today. They just sent it to me and they were like, "Hey, we miss you. Here's a bet." And I was like, "From yesterday? Like you missed me from Sunday? Thanks. I missed you too." So I got a free $5 bonus bet.
Your bet is like trying to get the meat out of a lobster claw. A whole hell of a lot of work for a little payoff.
I love lobsters.
You went 4 deep to get plus 185? Like,
That was quite the bet.
That's a
Just
lot of
only
work.
for it to be plus 185. I was like, man, that's a lot. I had 4 picks too, and I had a plus fucking 1,300.
Yeah, but all of my picks were like the babiest of picks. It was like,
the
okay.
DA double is the one that worries me the most about your
You
pick.
think so?
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Well,
If you're not on the DraftKings Sportsbook app already, you should absolutely download it and sign up. But make sure you sign up with the code PHNX because when you use that code, new customers can place a $5 bet on the NBA and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Again, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. With that code, PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. So we did get a really cool nugget from Brian Windhorst today on Book and KD, and I want to talk about it. But let's listen first.
Since the All-Star break, now obviously some of their players were gone over the break, but guess who wasn't gone over the break? KD and Devin Booker. They were in the gym every day in Phoenix, playing one-on-one, working things out together, talking about strategy.
So Book and KD chose not to do much of anything at all for the All-Star break. Instead, they chose to spend some time in the gym together working on things. I like the sound of that.
I love the sound of that. I mean, that does not surprise me at all. Both of those guys, especially Book coming off of injury as well, had a couple games under his belt before the All-Star break. But it's just phenomenal to now you have two just killers out there on the court that just want to take everybody's throats. And I'm here for it. I'm excited to see what's about to happen.
Yeah, I think the fact that they called the practice facility the lab finally makes a lot of sense. These guys are going to be in the lab a lot. The rest of this year and moving forward. I love that they were locked in trying to find and figure out their chemistry. The league better watch out because it's not going to be preparation that ever is why the Suns team has issues. If they do, they're going to outwork a lot of people.
yeah, absolutely. We've talked about this before. They're true sickos. They're fellow hoopers. Like that's what it's all about. And that's kind of the blessing in disguise of Book not being in the All-Star game is being here and not going anywhere for his break. And them getting to lock in, play some one-on-one and get on the same page ahead of this moment right here. So it's exciting.
Yeah, they're locked in at 0 dark 35 now over there. They're ready for the playoffs. I got a copy. What was it? Shaq and LeBron have used that stuff before.
So Jose in the chat said, Booker always been in the gym just because KD shows up. It's an event.
It's not an event. It wasn't an event. Nobody
That's
even
not
knew
really-
it was happening.
It's not really what we're saying.
That's
Yeah,
not at
I
all,
also think that normally, like, it is normal for Book to take some vacation around the All-Star break. Like, I'm pretty sure every year prior to this, he has taken a little bit of a break.
It's normal for every player to take a break during the All-Star break, except for the fact if they're in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
And
but
neither one of
even
them
like
were.
the few days after the All-Star game, usually they'll pop off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I think it's interesting because you already knew that there was going to be a learning curve as far as like getting your chemistry on point, learning all the sets and the language and things of that nature. So I think it's interesting just from the perspective that both of them were on the exact same page and wanted to give up the quote unquote break or being able to go somewhere to a warm island or something like that to stay here in Phoenix and actually get that extra time together.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say to the commenter, it's real simple. When you play by yourself, it's not that interesting. When you play with a partner, it becomes more interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Don't fucking touch it.
Listen, it's just listen. Devin Booker is a very, very hard worker. He's one of the hardest workers in the NBA. Nobody's taking that away by saying KD was in the gym with him at the same time. We don't have to go there. We don't have to say, oh, well, Book's always been doing this. Like, we don't need to validate Book. Book is Book.
We know.
Like, we know. Like, everybody knows. Like, but the fact that those two are locked in together and doing this together should make you feel good about the chemistry that they've already seem to have with each other, and then hopefully we'll see that on the court because they both chemistry takes work. It takes a lot of work. You got to know every little nuance of another person, know what they're thinking when you're on the court, and it's not easy. It comes with a lot of time and a lot of play, and so those two already getting a head start on that is great.
There's a couple of people in the chat asking how you guys think Book will play tonight. Obviously, he hasn't shot the most efficiently as he has in the last handful of games. How do you feel Book's going to be tonight?
We are going to see a big Book dunk tonight. I think he's got that energy. I think we're going to get a dunk out of him. I think you're going to see him all over the court. This is the culmination of all those years that Devin Booker said, I want to be in Phoenix. I want to bring a super team to Phoenix. He gets that moment tonight to know it's here, just like the rest of us. I think there's going to be an excitement and an energy level at a Book tonight that'll be top notch.
Yeah, I think so. I want to see how he interacts with KD, some of the sets that they run to capitalize on each other's gravity and play that off of each other a little bit to try and trick the defense. But I also kind of would like to see him get back on track from 3-point range. Lindsay had mentioned this when we were watching the game the other day, but if you look at his numbers for February, he's only shooting 23% from three. He's only had one game where he shot above 50% from the field in general since he's come back. So he's been a little bit rusty, working some of that rust off, but hopefully tonight, like you're saying, will be reinvigorating for him.
And it should be easier too. He's not the main footprint, Crash.
We're here. We're live.
Hey, we live again?
Yeah, we're
all
live.
Right.
Oh, neat.
Well, let's find out.
Let's try out.
Let me refresh my page and see if it's live.
What are the Suns wearing, you ask, Lindsay?
I did.
Is that what we asked?
I did ask, what are the Suns
I think
wearing?
That's what we asked. I don't know if anybody's hearing what they're wearing.
I don't know, man.
We can talk about it. All right. Suns are wearing the ugly-ass white Association edition, and the Hornets are wearing the CLT jerseys, so take that as you will.
I'm sad.
I hate these Pelicans uniforms. These Hornets uniforms for multiple reasons. So.
I kind of like them. They make me laugh a little bit. I don't know who saw that and thought it would be a good idea, but good for them.
Yeah. Who's like, hey, nobody's ever going to make fun of this. Yeah. Are we just talking to ourselves?
I think.
Can you just type in the chat and say sorry?
I think we are. I did type in the chat.
Okay.
Can.
Oh, it says back.
Oh, yeah. We're back.
Well, good thing I didn't say what I was just thinking because we might have been off real quick.
That's not a bad line of thinking to just have in general.
I usually do,
like,
but they're like, hey, we're off.
As soon as
Gerald and I were literally just like, I wonder if one day we'll get canceled and who will be the one who cancels us.
Not out of bad intention. I'll say that.
No, accidentally. Accidentally. 100%.
Sure.
Anyway, I really don't know what's going on, but we've got 4 minutes and you guys are going to do the watch along. So we may as well jump into that. Everybody just head on over to that stream. But if you can hear us, Icon, thank you for your super chat. Said, sup with these Puma guys having Sam Bowie feet. I don't know what to tell you.
I think it might be the Pumas.
It might be the Puma.
Just gotta say it.
But thank you for your super chat.
But Puma, if you want to give us money, I'll change my tune.
Now people are saying we are back.
Yeah, we are back.
Yeah, we've been back.
Well, I mean, I knew we were back, but other people were still struggling.
We're all
a struggle
struggling.
bus happening. I still think
Hey,
we should
everybody.
say goodbye at this point.
Hopefully, this isn't how the game's gonna go.
We were very confident coming in.
So we're going to do a watch along, Espo and I. So if you want to watch us watch the game, we're going to entertain you guys as much as possible. Hopefully we don't get canceled. That won't be good, but it'll be fun. So
unless it's the stream that cancels us, that's all that can ever take us down.
Multi-screen event tonight, baby. Let's go.
We're literally moving 5 feet over there 5 minutes from now. Hop in there now. Start chatting. We'll read your chats. We got plenty of fun coming up for you.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Sorry for the technical difficulties there at the end of the show. At least it was the end of the show and not the beginning. That's one silver lining here. Enjoy the game. Don't forget to meet us right back here after it wraps up as well. Okay, bye.
PHNX. Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX.